Mimefiles is an application for the Apple iPad device that synchronizes files and attachments from emails within your personal email archive. This includes emails that you've sent or received that contain attachments, as well as file archive files that have been uploaded by the administrator from a number of different locations. Mimefiles provides you with a simple view to access these files, as well as the ability to forward the files on if necessary. To install Mimefiles, navigate to the iTunes App Store, either within iTunes itself or using your iPad device. Use the search options to search either for Mimecast, which will display a list of all of the iPad and iPhone apps available, or search specifically for the Mimefiles app. Once located, download and install the app as required. Once Mimefiles has been downloaded and installed from the iTunes App Store, an icon is displayed on the desktop. Tap the icon to launch Mimefiles and to begin configuring your email address. This should be the address that you use on a regular basis. Click the Next button to configure a password, which could either be your Mimecast cloud password or your regular network password. Your administrator will let you know which password you should be using, but the domain password would typically be the default password to use. Once the password has been entered successfully, tap the Next button. A 4-digit passcode now needs to be configured. This is useful in the event that your device is stolen and prevents other users from accessing your archive. Once the app has launched, it will automatically begin to sync the last 1 month's worth of files to your device. It's important to note that not all files are going to be stored on your iPad. Only the metadata of the files will be downloaded. Once Mimefiles has been configured, a list of filters is available on the left, which will help you to reduce the number of files displayed in the main panel on the right-hand side. A search box is available at the top of the screen and a few other icons at the bottom of the screen that we'll cover shortly. Tap one of the filters to view the available options. For example, here you can limit the items in the list to spreadsheets or documents. The filters can be switched on or off as required, and this provides you with a live update of the files available. You can also filter the list by the senders or recipients of emails that files have been attached to. And you can apply multiple filters so that you can have different criteria to reduce the items in the list. Use the View Filters button to monitor which filters have been enabled and to remove filters as required. Then tap the Add Filters button to return to the regular filters view. Tap the icon of that file in order to generate a preview. You can scroll through the file as you would normally. Tap the line item for the file in order to view the email chains that the file was involved with, and tap the envelope icon to generate a preview of the email body. You can use the arrows to navigate between the files in the list. Use the arrow to expand or contract the preview pane, and you can scroll through the list as required. As mentioned earlier, the files aren't actually stored on the iPad device. You can navigate through a list of the files, however, and you can store files on the device by tapping the Favorites icon, which is the symbol of the star. This will save a copy of that file to the iPad device so that it's available for offline viewing. You can access a list of favorite files using the filter on the left-hand side, and you can deselect a file from your favorites if you need to. Another option is to be able to categorize files into various folders. So you can use the folder icon to create a new folder or to select a folder from the list. Once you tap that folder name, this file will be added to that particular folder. It's important to note that these folders are only available on this Mimefiles application. Again, you can use the filter on the left to access a specific folder and then access the files from within it. Use the search bar at the top to look for a specific file in the list. And you can use the sort button on the right to be able to sort the items in the list as well. You can also share files from Mimefiles using the forward icon. This creates a new email where you can add the recipients of a particular message, the subject line, and even the message body. The file doesn't have to be downloaded on the iPad in order to be able to send it, and it is instead forwarded directly through Mimecast. You can customize your Mimefiles application settings using the gear icon on the bottom of the app. You can change the email address that is being configured for the device by tapping the Update button. You can modify how much local storage on the device is being used for Mimefiles. And you can choose the synchronization history. By default, this is a 1-month period, but you can extend it up to 6 months. You can also specify when a sync should take place. You can disable the syncs to take place only on Wi-Fi as opposed to 3G, and you can also disable the automatic syncs, which take place when the app is launched. Next, you can also apply a filter to decide which files you don't want to synchronize. And you can also submit logs in the instance that your Mimefiles app needs troubleshooting. Use the manual sync icon to do a manual refresh process on the files that you want to sync. Some device settings can also be configured. From the home screen, tap the iPad settings option and choose Mimefiles for the list of installed apps. This will display the application version and the device information. For more information about these settings, please view our knowledge base.